Okay, today I'm gonna do another DIY video on how to repair your window regulator cable, the part that makes the window go up and down. Again, on my wife's car. Yep, I'd say something's wrong with it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with removing this little cover here, and then on the bottom of the door there are 3 torque screws. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take those off. Okay, we got the cover off. So you're wondering how it comes off. It's actually fairly simple. You just take a little screwdriver to the edge of it, start popping it out. Be kind of gentle with it. These little steel tabs that it wedges into. As you can see, somebody already broke this one off. But it kind of makes some nasty noises. It's plastic coming off of metal. And then on the bottom we got the 3 little torque screws on the bottom of the door. That's a 20 bit, so a torque 20. If you don't have one of these, get one, they're priceless. Alright, so now the panel is somewhat loose. There's a couple prongs that are on the side here. So just pull this part towards you. Let's see if I can do this with holding the camera too. There you go. Okay, before you pull on it too hard, there's 2 really, I don't know if you can see it, 2 good sized Phillips screws on each end of that handle. So get yourself a big honking Phillips. Get to it. Now that you got these 2 screws out of the door handle, there'll be a, kind of see it right here, getting in the door. And then there's another one on the top, both sides, right here and there, and also on this side, on the bottom and then on the top. Just give it a gentle pull and you end up with something that flops around like this. The top edge sits in the channel right along here, so just lift the door panel up. This will stay in there, and don't let it fall or anything because there's a bunch of wires connected to the back. You can see this ledge right here. This is where the door panel is squeezed into, and you end up with something that looks like this. So you got your door pull cable. Let's see here, one-handed suction. It's attached to right here. There we go. Right there. Switch. I'm sorry. It's really not that great. There we go. Switch. Disconnect that. And power window if you have it. And then don't forget the little side marker on the bottom down there. Disconnect that as well, and the door panel will come right off. Okay, now the door panel is off. This is what you end up with. VW mounts everything to the actual panel itself. So you got your speaker, wiper motor, and all the electronics, wires, all are right on the panel itself. So we got some disconnecting to do. Unplug everything you can. And we gotta take the wiring, take the panel off, take the wiring that goes on the inside, goes to the door latch. Everything from the locking mechanism is done by the door latch, but that's my other video. You can watch that if you want. And we'll unplug the main harness off the wiper motor right here. Speaker. Plug there. These little ties, they're pretty much a one-time use only. They're very brittle, so they'll probably snap on you if you take them apart. If they do, get some good tape, some adhesive. Just get that wire back where it should be, just so it's out of the way. Alright, see you on the next step. Oh yeah, once you got that all disconnected, It's a bunch of bolts going around here. They are a T30. You're probably going to need a wrench attachment for that. Basically, something like this. Alright. The main harness connector that goes to that wiper motor right here. How to get it off is actually really simple. Wedge a little flathead right in here. This whole thing comes up. That's what unlocks it. A little bit more. There we go. And then just unplug. There you go. Pops right up. Okay, mine's the worst case scenario. Self-inflicted. My glass is all the way in the door. And these little holes here are for disconnecting the glass from the track. The part that clamps to the glass and slides it up and down. Okay, if your window's stuck in the door, you take your window seal off. This black piece right there. Gives you enough room to reach in there and then through the hole. Little by little. Pry it up till you get to this. You're gonna need a second hand for that. So I woke my wife up. Hi honey. Okay, so once you get the window disconnected from there, unscrewed, pop those down, prop it up, tape it up, make sure it stays up there. That way these panels come off. They have some clips on the top that wedges it in. So if your panel's never been off, it's literally going to feel like it's not going anywhere ever. So give it a good pull on the bottom, break that seal. You see it's only going to pull off about an inch or two off the bottom. That's all you need. Just break that seal as much as you can all the way up to the side. This part, don't pull on that. You will bend the hell out of everything. So that top bar, just leave that alone. Pull all the way around. And then just give it a good tug. It's going to take quite a bit of a tug, so give that a pull, get that broke loose. So once you get your panel off, this is the mess you're left with. You can notice you see cables seen better days. Right here. Alright. So all we gotta get rid of is this little doohickey right there. And then the wiring plug that goes into the back of the latch. So the door panel up to the connect in the back that is disconnected. So once you get everything out, this is what you'll end up with. Here's the pieces I pulled out of the door. This was laying in there. Oh, that came out. This was laying in the door. Yeah, I think it's got some force on it. That was not bent before. It's not supposed to be, at least. Alright, so here are the tracks. While we're in there, I'm going to grease those up again. Have some chain loop or cable loop handy so this doesn't happen again. There's the new parts. They're a lot cheaper than I thought they'd be, at least on eBay. I think this cost me about 30 bucks shipped. Priority mail, so really good deal. Window Rig Shop on eBay, I think it was. Okay, so to get the new kit on, you need to remove the winter motor. So it's 3 T30 bolts right on here, and it lifts right off. Inspect the gears, make sure they're good. And there's part of that freight cable. Alright, we'll turn the whole thing around. So this piece just pops right off. There's your gear. Obviously this wire's seen better days. Let's clean up the area. New piece, looks just like it. And just obviously cut the cable tie before you put it all back in. Just lays right back down like this, like so. Alright, so now once this piece is in, that'll be basically your starting point for your cables. Mine's shredded to hell and back, so I don't really have a reference. I'm just going to go and follow this. Plug it in here, goes around the wheel, goes into one of your sliders. Now gently pop this off. The kit does come with new ones. These right here. All plastic, so with the rubber stop here. The VW one is a metal bracket. Here are thin sliders. They're not that worn out, so I'm just going to keep the ones that come with the VW one. I think that it's going to outlast this piece of shit pretty much all day long. Yeah, not even comparison. So I'm going to keep the old ones. So this cable plugs into here. Just don't unwind anything before you exactly know where everything goes. Okay, so once you follow all the cables down, install them where they're supposed to be. Follow it around, back up to the top. Everything's connected. This is the one that broke on mine. Okay, everything's back together nice and snug. Just keep an eye on how things come apart and how they go together. This little tensioner springs on these here. It's nice little 8 to install it. Came with a clamp to give it a little bit of preload so you can put everything together, and once you pop this off, it tightens everything up so all the cables are nice and snug where it's supposed to be. I'm gonna throw a little extra grease on there and some lube on the wires so they last a couple more years. We'll be good to go to put this bad boy back in just the way we took it out. So get this all lubed up, flip it around, put the wiper motor back on, and then put it back together. Alright, now to the fun part. Obviously, windows taped up. The little clamps that hold the glass onto the sliders aren't where they're supposed to be. So I like to cheat. Pop off your door switch from the door panel. Only fits on one connector. Roll it where you need it. Okay, so the cable does the job. It works fine. Just roll them up so you can see them. And then just gently, or not as gently, but carefully, put the glass back where it needs to be. Okay, so the glass is sitting where it needs to sit. Kind of see it in here. Make sure it's seated all the way. Better be right there. See the glass where it's supposed to be. Cool. Just tighten these up. Don't over tighten them. And alright, there she is, all back together. So we should be. And perfect. Okay. Well, I hope this helps everybody out. Another one on how to save yourself hundreds of dollars. Gotta love VWs, always working on something. Oh, and by the way, don't do what I did. The door light came out by accident, and I put it in upside down. So I'll mess with that later. I'm sure the wife won't even notice anyway. Alright guys, there's another DIY video. Any requests, let me know. Be happy to help. Good luck with it. Any questions, post it up in the comments. Subscribe if you want to. And have fun doing this.